see trees.
You see trees?
Really big pine trees or sequoia trees.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is it some kind of forest?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I can smell the air. The forest air. It's really crisp and clear and a bit mossy.
Mm-hmm.
And I love smelling moss.
Is it warm or cool there?
It's cool.
It's cool.
It's just hit the middle of winter, I think, or winter time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm wearing, on my feet, I'm wearing like moccasins.
Can you describe what they look like?
They're a bit like leathery and woody. Woody?
What colour are they?
They're a brown.
Mm-hmm.
They're a light brown.
Okay. And how are they attached to your feet and what holds them together?
They're just tied up, strapped up around the ankles. And they're keeping my feet warm.
How do they feel?
Comfortable, but problem is they're not weatherproof, so you need to sun them a lot.
You need to sun them?
Yeah, put them in the sun.
Okay, what does that do for them?
It just dries them out, makes them more, but then it stiffens them, so you need to rub an oil on them.
What kind of oil do you use?
Like that's a good question. It's like a resin.
Where do you get that from?
I can just see it's white.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really see where it's from. Oh, deer. Okay, it's from the deer. It's from the deer fat, or the fat between the meat and the skin.
Okay.
Oh. It's scraped off, and then we rub it on as a resin for leather and for wood and for shining things up as well.
And do you do that?
I do that sometimes when I'm in cleaning mode, I guess. And usually I like to keep myself busy, so.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me, what else are you wearing as you look further up your body now?
I'm wearing a light brown dress with tassels on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And there's blue sewn into it.
Where is the blue? Where do you see that on the dress?
The blue is on the bottom with a pattern.
Okay. Does it go from like around left to right, or is it up and down? This blue.
They're like little diamond things all around the circumference of the bottom.
Okay.
Before the tassels. And it's like a whole dress, but it's made of some sort of leather and cotton.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wearing cotton on the top too.
On top of the dress?
Inside of the dress.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so are there any markings on the clothing that you're wearing apart from the blue diamonds?
No.
No.
But I'm wearing a special talisman.
Okay. Can you describe the talisman?
It's really beautiful. It's like a blacky red obsidian colour. Someone gave it to me.
Who gave it to you?
I don't know, but it's hurting my father,
Mm-hmm.
who's the chief
Okay. So what does this talisman do?
And you died.
Your father died? Okay. Was that recently?
It's hurting.
What's hurting?
My chest.
Did something happen to it?
No. No, what were you saying about the talisman? So it's just the pain's a bit intense.
What's the pain coming from?
I think it's just the grief. I think we're all grieving because he had to fight a war that he wasn't supposed, that he didn't need to. That we're all avoiding, we're all scared. We're all cold and we're all scared.
And so you lost your father.
Yes.
Was he close to you?
He was a chief and he was a medicine man.
And how did you find out that he died?
He didn't come back from the battle.
And how did you respond when you found out he didn't come back?
We just all started screaming and wailing. He was with another great chief who refused to fight afterwards, after this war. He was the one that gave the famous speech. He's the one that talked of our peoples and how we were not to give up our land, but to accept that the white man has taken it.
Okay. So it's their deaths have affected everyone in your tribe, have they?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We were close friends with Chief Joseph.
Chief Joseph?
Yes.
So is he from a different tribe?
Yes.
Okay. Well, what's the name of your tribe?
The Cree.
The Cree?
We are the Cree.
Okay. And do you know what area you're located in?
Near the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Near the Canadian mountains. Whoa, that was weird.
What's that?
Something just went into the back of my head. And the pain in my chest has started again.
Okay. Do you know what happened? Something happening?
No, but I'm getting a very strong vibration. I might just be releasing or downloading something.
Okay. All right. Well, just let that do what it needs to do, if you can handle it. So tell me, what was this war about?
Land.
Mm-hmm.
It's always about land. They want our land to build their railroads and their houses, and we, in peace at the beginning, had offered a bit of land in order to avoid fighting. But after they asked for more, we had no choice. and we were running out of food because we didn't know what to do with our land. And this gave us anxiety. This made us feel lost, because our connection to our land is what gives us a feeling of where and how to do things within living with the earth as a guide. She guides us to different places to find things and to grow things. We grew things, but the weather's become colder and worse, so we thought we may have to leave, we may have to go to another land. But this is the land that we've been given. This is the land that we've always had. And this is where we birth our children. This is where there was a lot of abundance. This was a place where it was magic. Where the trees and the land and the spirits talk to you all the time. And that changed as soon as white man came.
Why did that change?
It changed because they changed the way they honoured the land. They didn't honour the land. And the spirits disappeared. The magic disappeared. And the fighting began. We were fighting. We were warriors anyway. We had learned the warrior's creed. The men mainly. But that was a long time ago when we were warring. And we'd stopped war and we'd made peace. We'd created peace within our lands and within their lands. And we connected all the nations together. And now as a result of the White Man War, we created peace within our lands and our nations became one. Which is pretty ironic, don't you think? That it took an outside force to solidify our nations.
So just tell me a bit more about yourself. You're male or female?
I'm female.
And how old are you?
I'm 40.
Mm-hmm. And do you feel healthy?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have family?
Yes.
Who's in your family?
I have 2 children.
Mm-hmm.
A boy and a girl.
How old are they?
They are 4 and 5.
Okay. And the father?
He disappeared.
He disappeared. Did he go somewhere on purpose?
He went to scout for new lands, as I was just saying. And we believe he got caught. He was also the son of a chief.
Okay.
So we're elders.
So you're what?
Elders.
You're elders. Mm-hmm. Okay. So you haven't seen him for a long time?
No.
Do you think he'll come back?
I don't. Yes, I do. But I don't know I'm not expecting anything.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what is your name?
Lantonka.
Lantonka? Okay, Lantonka. So what are you doing out in the forest today? What are you doing out there?
I'm seeking freedom.
Freedom?
Meditation.
Okay.
Freedom. I just made the excuse to go out to pick mushrooms.
So you're not allowed to be out there?
Yes, I am. I just wanted to be alone.
Okay.
Usually we go in a group. But I just wanted to be alone. I wanted to see the sunrise early in the morning because that's the best time to smell and to breathe and to talk to the spirits.
So why do you need to be on your own today?
We're doing a ceremony tonight. We have an honoured guest coming.
And who is that guest?
The guest is a holder of the original pipe.
The original pipe?
Yes.
What's that? Tell me about that.
It is a pipe, he claims, that is the original peace pipe that brought our nations together. It holds a connection to the spirit of ceremony and the connection of all the elements and Great Spirit who guides us and makes peace that has brought all our nations together. We have been sitting together in ceremony, praying for the war to end. Praying that our children be safe and be fed, and that men come back home soon, and that they do not be killed. There's not many chiefs that have survived.
Mm-hmm.
So our numbers are growing smaller. And we have smoked this peace pipe in ceremony as it has been done for many years. The tobacco is grown by our medicine people and other medicine peoples. We either offer tobacco or they offer their tobacco as a gift for the ceremony and to honour the medicine person and the chief. And the medicine person usually works in conjunction with the chief.
Yeah.
They come to all ceremonies and our families come together as well. We hold a separate ceremony and then we hold a ceremony for whoever wants to come from the tribe.
Mm-hmm.
So usually there are 2 ceremonies held.
So you're holding 2 today?
Yes.
Okay.
In a teepee with fire. Seen the fire over And over again, it's in my dreams.
Why do you dream about it?
It reminds me of peace.
Okay.
It reminds me of home. And it reminds me of feeling safe again.
Mm-hmm. So do you feel unsafe generally?
For the last 20 years, yes. I don't think I've known anything else.
So you've just known this war? Is that how long it's been going on?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And they believe it's about to end.
Okay.
And we believe that it means that there will be an end to our traditions. And that we will need to become like the white man. And to give up our land. Until then, nothing else can be done. So we are looking at a very, very sad time in our life.
So what do you hope to achieve through this ceremony tonight?
For the end to be a peaceful one. One that has no war.
Mm-hmm.
One where we can stop fighting and start living again. Even if that means it looks different. They are all disgusted in the teepee tonight. They are resentful and disgusted, and it feels like we're all beaten. We've all been beaten.
Why do you feel that way?
Everyone's angry that we have to give up. But that would mean that our children are fed, and even if our lives changes, that's the most important thing.
So you're prepared to make a compromise, is that
Correct.
what you're saying? Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Even though it's not ideal?
No.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you think it could be any other way?
No.
So there's nothing else you could do?
We have not found a solution or a situation. We fear the worst, of course, that they'll bring in their farms and their animals and they'll make us work as servants. But we're planning on moving further into the lands, into the mountains maybe.
Yeah.
And we make or give everyone else the decision to decide where they want to go and who they want to be with.
Mm-hmm.
It will be a very, very long 10 years of establishing something else.
Yeah. Okay.
So once we've agreed to the peace treaty, then it's done.
Yeah.
Then we have no choice.
Okay. So tell me, how do you spend your days? What do you do?
I cook, clean, and I also talk to the plants. I talk to the plants and I ask them for medicines. I have a relationship with my plants.
Okay. So how do you talk to the plants? What process do you do?
I sing to them and they sing back to me and they talk to me every day. They tell me how they feel and what they want done. This is what we were taught traditionally from the medicine people.
So how is it that you perceive them singing back to you?
They move. They move.
Mm-hmm.
So if you close your eyes and you bring them into your heart, they sing and they talk to you by moving. It's like you're seeing their spirit and their spirit is a similar shape to what they are, but they move. And then they tell you a story of how they feel, or you feel how they feel, as if you were them. But they tell you a story about what they're good for and what they can be used for and how they are to be used.
But how does that come to you? Does it come to you via thought, or do you see it?
Pictures and feelings.
Okay.
So, say I'll pick up a herb and I'll see the colour red. Then I might know that that's for, blood. So that might be for the immune system. Or I'll see blue, and that'll be for relaxing and calming. And that may be also for connecting to your emotions. So they'll give you messages in many different ways, and they'll just tell you.
Okay.
They'll talk to you in your language.
And did it take you long to learn how to do this?
Yes. Took me 5 years.
Okay. So what practice did you have to do before you learned how to do it properly?
Lots of meditation and lots of connection, lots of pipe ceremony, and lots of cleansing.
What kind of cleansing?
Cleansing the body.
Okay.
Eating berries and eating foods that sometimes we eat certain, like a wood that we've, like a slippery bark or a balmy wood, which we drink in a tea to create a release out of the system, out of your body, for purification.
Okay.
And to go to the toilet. That's to be done every quarter of the year, every equinox. So I feel the need to do certain things at certain times. It'll come through your body and through your spirit. And you're moving also with the moon. So as a woman, during your moon time, you're not allowed to do certain things.
Such as?
You must rest. You can't eat certain things. You can't be around a lot of people all the time because it's a highly sensitive time. And during, say, the new moon, then that's when to take medicines. You can do ceremony in moon time, but you need to keep to yourself.
So why is that? Why can't you be with others at that time?
It's a sacred time that a woman has for herself.
Okay.
She mainly sits with her sisters, and then she connects with them, but she also needs to keep her in space. You have to purify the soul.
Okay.
Not just the body. During moon time, you can collect lots of energies that don't belong.
And so you do this every moon? Every new moon?
Yes. It's like more of a meditative state. We can commune with spirit and nature and earth and water. These are the meditations and the spirits that we call for.
Okay. And so what would you say was the most challenging part of learning, connecting with the plants and doing everything else that you do?
Feeling. Because I had to feel again.
You weren't able to before?
After my husband left me, I stopped feeling.
Oh, okay. Why did you stop feeling?
Because I couldn't sleep at night. I would have nightmares of where he was. And I knew exactly where he was. And I knew he was being tortured. I couldn't live a normal life. I had to shut down certain parts of my soul or my emotions to just wake up in the morning and feel okay, I think. It took me 2 years. And I realized I just had to be there for my children. I was just there for my children for 2 years.
Yeah.
Because he left when they were just born.
And so you had to learn to start feeling again.
Yes.
How did you do that?
I attended ceremonies. I did sweat lodge. I did everything I could to clear out the pain that I felt from the abandonment or from not having him around. And I just had to establish my service to my tribe, to my people. I had established that I had a future that did not connect to him.
Yeah.
I had my own. It wasn't just about my family, raising my family. It was about helping, and assisting the healing of others.
Mm-hmm.
I had to stop being selfish, and this opened my heart and made it easier to read people and to read plants and animals.
Okay, so you opened yourself up to connect with others, is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Okay. And so you spent more time doing that?
Yes.
Okay. And then you started to feel again, is that right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you're feeling fully now?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
As much as I can. That's why it hurts still.
Why?
Because when you lose that part of yourself, that's part of your soul. You need to find yourself again. And that is the hardest part, to live again and to love again. If you know what you had was powerful,
Mm-hmm.
and it changed my life when I met him, and it changed his life. We came into our purpose, we came into our being who we were supposed to be. I had stepped straight into being who I wanted to be. We chose not to have children for a while. For 5 years at least.
Mm-hmm.
To enjoy our time together.
And you enjoyed it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the past.
So why do you feel, if you've been doing all this work on yourself, why do you feel like there's still a pain there?
I do not know.
Okay.
It's like you can clean the room so many times, but there's always going to be something left over.
Yeah.
Something to clean.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like a part of the wall needs to be fixed, but you can never fix it.
Do you believe that it can be fixed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what do you feel you're going to do to try and fix it?
Just to connect more to myself, connect more to my peoples and spirit. This has been my savior. Actually, has been becoming more of service to my peoples and more of service to myself and my children, and becoming more in tune with my medicine.
So it's driven you to pursue that, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
I have more connection with my teas, and I do a silent meditation with them.
With your teas?
And with the pipe together.
Okay. So now let's leave that scene. Let's move forward. Let's move forward to see what happens next. Something important is happening. You're coming into that scene now, and I want you to tell me what's happening.
We're in our new land.
Mm-hmm.
But it may be too cold.
So did you have to move?
Yes.
Okay. And what happened with the war?
The war stopped. We gave up. We let go. We just wanted to be free again.
Mm-hmm.
The freedom was what held us together, and the honouring of peace. Peace so everyone can find peace again. But it made it harder to re-establish in a new place higher up in the mountains. It's quite cold and it's hard to grow. It's hard to get fruit, so we might have to go back down.
Are you going to be able to do that?
Maybe we can connect with white people and live side by side. Was what we were thinking of doing.
Okay. And so what happened with did you get a new chief? Someone else step into that role?
Yes.
Okay. And how old are you now?
45.
Okay. And so how have your last 5 years been? Did you say?
Struggle, cold, my lungs. I'm finding it hard to breathe.
Mm-hmm. Why do you feel that is?
Because we're higher up in the atmosphere.
Okay.
We're higher, and the air is thin here. But it is fresh. It is cleansing. But we are having to eat more meats, less plant and vegetables.
Okay, so you're not eating as well?
No.
Okay. All right. And how's life generally, apart from that?
Calm, peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
But we are worried about food. We are worried, so we are deciding to make peace within ourselves and to reconnect with the other tribes. We'd left them, and they left us for a time.
Why is that?
Because we could not decide where to go together.
Oh, okay.
They had their own places to go, and we had our own place. They wanted to stay on the ground and join. A lot of them joined white man.
Okay. Well, why didn't you stay down there?
We were not brave enough.
Brave enough in what way?
To trust the enemy.
Okay. Why do you feel that is?
We have too much warrior in us, too much pride.
Okay. And so that's why you moved into the mountains, is it? To get away?
Yes, into the cold. It's more cold than hot.
Yeah.
And we are not surviving well.
Okay. So what do you feel you're going to do?
Before it gets too cold, we will wander down, hunt, set up a teepee settlement near the water, and then we will approach the farms or farming land and to work side by side or to do our own thing. We still have a partial piece of land near the water.
Okay, so you could go live there.
Yes, it's just not sustainable for a lot of people. It's on the other side of the mountain near the water.
Okay. Yeah.
There's not enough land for the amount of people we must settle.
All right.
But we will go there anyway.
All right. So let's close that scene and let's move forward again to another important day that you consider to be important, and something's happening. We're now coming into that day, and I want you to tell me what you see happening.
My chest is hurting. I think he's come back.
He's come back.
After the war, after everything. My husband.
Okay.
He found us. We did go back. We decided to go by the river where it was warmer. And he found us there. One day he just walked through the forest and appeared.
How did that feel for you, seeing him come back?
It hurts right here. It's just the fear. It brought up fear.
Why did it bring up fear?
The fear of losing him again. But he's a different man. He has been changed. And he's providing us with the answer.
What is that?
How to connect with the white people. He can speak their language. And he can speak our language. So we can form some sort of negotiation.
Okay. So do you think that's what's going to happen?
Yes. He has already discovered or found places to settle, new ones, next to the white man, whom he has made friends with. But he feels he is on a mission to meet, to go back to all the other chiefs and talk to them about reclaiming land.
From the white people?
Yes.
What will that mean? Will that mean that you're still in peace, or?
Yes, in a peaceful way.
Okay. All right.
He's established relationships with certain people, certain white people found on the other side of our country.
Mm-hmm.
So we are to move out of our country. But a lot of us don't want to leave, so I think there will be very little who trust. Maybe even 40 or 30% of us will leave.
What do you think you'll do?
I will leave.
Mm-hmm. Does that feel like a good decision for you?
I think that's why there's fear. There's fear of a great change. And we have felt, I've been dreaming about it, the foretelling of the prophecy that we will move into the white man's world and back again. But we are to wait for when the time comes when our people are to be respected again.
Mm-hmm.
This will be a very long time, many, many years ahead. So we must assimilate to become part of a bigger nation, a wider nation.
And is that what you fear? You fear that?
Yes.
Why do you fear it?
Because the white man knows nothing about our way and tradition, and we need to learn their way. We'll lose our land, we'll lose our connection, we'll lose everything. But I guess we will gain something new.
What will you gain?
Safety for our families and
Mm-hmm.
children. But I do not want to be a slave. There is no freedom in that.
Is that what's going to happen? You become a slave?
That is my fear, yes.
Okay, but it's not certain.
No, but that is what I said to my husband. I will not be trapped in a life with no meaning.
Okay. And what is a life of meaning? What does that mean to you?
Being there for someone else, not for our family. Spending time not connecting to nature and just working or doing what white man does.
Okay.
Destroying the land. Destroying our peoples and destroying our purpose. Having no understanding of what it is to respect each other and to love each other peacefully. They do not understand this.
Do you think that's something you could teach them? Help them understand you and your people better?
Only for the very few that are interested. There are not many. They have come to this world rediscovering it, so they have deemed it as theirs. They take custodianship. It's even worse. They rape and pillage the land. How are they to know how to love the land again? They have a concept that is so far away from the reality that they are under some sick illusion that is making them happy. So who are we to teach them happiness when they believe they have found happiness? This will take a long time.
But do you believe it's possible for them to change?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Anything's possible.
And what would help that? What would help them adapt to that change, you think?
They would have to open their minds.
Mm-hmm.
There are maybe a few that understand this, but they are not in power. They are not the powerful ones, or the ones that make the laws of their land.
Okay, but what do you think you could do? What could you do to be of service?
We could set an example. We could keep our tradition
Mm-hmm.
whilst living in the places that they'd like us to live, and to do the things that they might require of us. It's making me depressed.
Okay. All right. So now let's leave that scene and let's move forward to the last day this lifetime that we're watching. We move forward to the last day this lifetime that we're watching, and you're there now, and I want you to tell me what's happening. What do you see?
I see my family around me crying.
They're crying. Mm-hmm. How does your body feel?
Weak and tired.
Are you older now?
Yes.
Okay. And so, how do you feel that you've lived your life up until this day?
Well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what ended up happening with after your husband he returned? What happened then with you and your tribe?
We all separated. We all went our different ways.
Mm-hmm.
We took 2 or 3 families with us, and we went to a city, and we asked to help to do work there. And I asked to help with the children. I worked with the children, I looked after them in a school.
Is this in what with white man? The white people?
Yes.
Okay. And how did that go?
Good. It was better than I expected.
Okay. Because you expected to become a slave to these
Yes.
people, didn't you?
I obviously had to learn the language. That was a difficult part.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest was the same. Fine. I think they took pity on us and they gave us a house to live in first. And we refused to live in the house. We were living on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And then we realized that in order to feel more comfortable, we needed to live with them the way they did. And we slowly understood the language. We understood what money was. But we were into swapping things, so we made friends with the people that helped us. The kind people like the headmaster of the school. He wanted us to be there and to live close by and to have our children join in.
Okay. And what happened with your husband?
He worked to build homes. So he was paid very well.
And is he still alive?
Yes.
Okay.
Originally, he would put up teepees and help make the teepees. So this was a natural progression.
Mm-hmm. So he never left you in the end?
No.
Okay. So how did that make you feel? Because you were worried about losing him, weren't you?
Yes. Just a story in my mind.
So that fear was never realised?
No.
Did you get over it?
Yes. Yes. It's a very strange feeling.
What helped you to get over it, would you say?
Trust. I had to trust. I had to trust him again.
Mm-hmm. And how do you think you did that?
By understanding what he'd been through.
Okay. And what had he been through?
He'd been taken by a white man as a scout. And he worked his way from being as similar to a slave to a negotiator and a treaty negotiator between white man and our tribes,
Mm-hmm.
because he had known them all.
Okay, so he was taken against his will in the beginning.
Yes.
Okay. And so was there anything that he could do to get out of that situation?
No.
No.
They imprisoned him to begin with.
Okay. So does knowing that, did that help you understand him better? Or his
Yes.
situation?
Yes. I forgave him.
Okay. Because he couldn't do anything, could he?
I think I was angry. Yes.
Yeah.
I thought he had left of his own free will.
Yeah, but he hadn't.
No.
Okay. Okay. And how about your fear of becoming a slave? Did you let that go?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. How was it that you let that go?
I began to trust the kindness of strangers, the kindness of the principal and his wife. They were there, they said, not to hurt people.
Mm-hmm.
They were there to educate people. So they educated us in English.
Okay.
They believed that education was their God. And education was the way forward.
Mm-hmm.
And in order for our peoples to be at peace and to live a life of meaning, they wanted to gift us back something in order for the atrocities and the pain that they had. They were educated people. They knew what had happened. Other people didn't.
Yeah.
So we were with our family.
Okay. So tell me, do you have any regrets with your life?
No.
No. Do you have any remaining fears of being on your last day?
No.
No.
No. I don't even fear dying.
You don't fear dying?
No. Our traditions that we kept up allowed us to continue to speak to our ancestors and our spirits and the guides. That sustained us. And there is no fear of death.
Mm-hmm. So where do you think you'll go when you die?
Back to spirit,
Mm-hmm.
back to the plants, back to the earth, and into another life, maybe.
Okay. Alright, so now I want you to draw your last breath in that life, and then you'll be on the other side of it. And when you're on the other side of it, you'll have a totally different perspective of the life. And I want you to tell me, what do you feel the purpose of that lifetime was?
To release resentment and anger towards others that have trespassed upon my freedom and upon my people's freedom. To see them as not the enemy, but as the misinformed.
As the misinformed?
Or misguided.
Okay.
I had to release judgment and separation.
And did you do that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I was very grateful. My children grew up and they were good people and they had good jobs after. They were well educated.
Okay. And what other lessons do you feel you learned from that life?
To understand others as they are, like you. To release criticism and judgment and pain.
Yeah.
As they are all a story within the stories of the pain of our ancestors, which do not belong in the new world.
Yeah. Okay. So do you feel that you released or conquered all of the fears that you had? They're fully gone?
Yes.
Okay.
In that life.
So what strengths do you feel you'll take forward now to new lifetimes?
The strength to change and the strength to maybe guide others as I have been guided, to educate those in the ways of the tradition, and to teach myself again the connection with the spirit and the earth, to reconnect myself in totality with trust.
Mm-hmm. And what do you feel is the key to really trusting in that trust? Really giving trust its best go. What is the key to that?
Surrendering to change.
Okay, surrendering to change. Yeah. Because everything's changing, isn't it? Even the seasons change. As the day changes to night, it's always changing. Okay. Was there anyone in that lifetime that's in your current lifetime? Who would that be?
John,
And what was he in that life?
my husband.
Okay.
Someone is one of my children.
Do you recognise who?
I don't know if it's Bo. Someone in the tribe.
Okay.
Was my friend for many years.
Someone in the tribe was? Yeah. Who's that in your current life?
You.
Okay.
And someone else. Some of the women I knew are the women I will be meeting. We have contracts.
You alright?
Jesus, yes.
What's going on?
Did you feel that? No. It tingled right up my legs. Yeah.
So this was a good life for you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But one of great change.
Yeah.
Like most of my lives, actually. There was always an invasion, yeah?
Yeah. So what do you feel you can really apply to your present lifetime now? What can you do differently?
To not be afraid of change.
Okay.
And to take a leap of faith.
Mm-hmm. And are there areas in your present life where you're not taking that leap of faith at the moment?
No. Not at this point in time.
Okay. All right. Okay. So any other lessons from that lifetime you feel relevant to present lifetime?
Mm.
No?
I'll
Okay.
probably come up.